Thank you for listening to ShulchanAruch.com.
Erasing the name of God that is written on a computer screen or any other type of digital screen. You're typing a document and you want to write down God's name, and the question comes up, will it be permitted for you to then erase that name if need be? Or you opened up a file on your screen, whether it be a Siddur app or a Chumash on your computer screen, or whatever it is of the many different types of documents that may contain God's name already written on it by the publishers. And now you want to know, can I close the file? Is the name of God that appears and is displayed on my screen considered to have been written there, and thereby would contain a severe prohibition of erasing God's name? So as we know, the ruling in Shulchan Aruch is that it is forbidden to erase any of the 7 names of God, including even one letter. And thus, if we were to determine that the names of God that show up and are displayed on your screens are considered written names, and they would contain within them that severe prohibition, and would basically negate from us the ability to ever write or open up a file that has God's name written in it. So with the advancement of technology and the increased use of computers amongst Orthodox Jews, this question rose to the tables of many of the Gedolei Yisrael and Gedolei HaPoskim about what do you do when you have God's name sitting on your screen. This especially came to light when new computer software was innovated for Safras testing, in which you can scan a parchment of tefillin, a mezuzah of a Sefer Torah, have it put up on your screen, and the program then checks for any missing letters or words or other mishaps that can invalidate the scroll. And by doing so, you literally have tons of names of Hashem, which are written in the scroll, on your screen. And thus the Poskim were asked, is it even permitted to use such a program, as you will have to close the screen eventually and erase the name, so to say? So one of the leading advocates about this issue of Shaul Breish, the Ived of Tzirin, who took the very adamant position that it is actually forbidden to erase these names from your computer screen. They have a status of letters, and therefore it's forbidden to use these programs or to open up a file that has Hashem's name written on it, one of those 7 names that cannot be erased. However, the vast majority of the Poskim negated his approach and his opinion due to several reasons, and ruled that it is permitted to erase and close files that contains Hashem's name written on it, even Yud Kei Vav Kei, such as on the Safras program after scanning a Sefer Torah, and that doing so does not involve any prohibition of erasing the name of God. And thus you can type, delete, open and close these files without problem. So ruled all the Gedolei Poskei Dereinu. So is the ruling of Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, Rav Elyashiv, Rav Ovadia Yosef, Rav Yaakov Blai in Tzedakah U'Mishpat, of Mordechai Eliyahu, Rav Shturbach in Shuvas Van Hagas, Rav Mitzin Abba Shaul. They all took the position that it's mutter. Even the Shevet HaLevi in Volume 7, Shuva 4, which the initial stringent approach was addressed to by the Sheil HaShol, he negates the position of the Sheil HaShol and says that we cannot come out with a protest against people who use these programs, as it is not a clear prohibition. What is the basis, the reasons behind the lenient approach, which is held by vast majority of today's poskim? So there's a number of reasons of leniency of why typing and then deleting a name from your computer screen or opening up a file and then closing it does not consist of erasing. Number 1, letters displayed on your computer screen are not halachically deemed as having substance. If I use my finger to draw in the air the name of Hashem, did I create any substance of matter? No, I did not. So to computer screens, don't use ink on your screen to type the name. It's all a reflection of light and a type of optical illusion. And even though there's many different types of technologies of screens available, such as the old type screens, which were CRTs, cathode ray tubes, projected individual lights to make letters on your screen, or the new, more popular, technologically advanced screen display called LCD, liquid crystal display, or the LED light emitting diodes display, the common denominator is that there is no physical substance of these letters. And it's different technologies of light being used to shine these letters on your screen. So there can't be an avera, a prohibition or transgression of erasing the name, when in truth the name isn't written to begin with. Furthermore, there's two more reasons why there is no prohibition in this case. Even if we were to argue that there is some substance of these letters on your screen, the majority of poskim rule that a name that was written without the intent of retaining its kedusha, or with intent to be erased without intent to last, does not contain kedusha, and you may erase it. So rules the Shach in Yeredeya 276:12, the Chavos Yair, the Beis Shleima, the Beis Ephraim, the Marsham, Yitzchak Kolchanan and Ein Yitzchak, Maria Sad, the Bnei Yena, the Ois Chaim, Yabia Omer, as well as the Shevet HaLevi. And certainly these letters that appear on your screen that make up Hashem's name were never written with Kedusha, were never typed with for the sake of Kedusha when you open up your screen, and were not put on your screen with intent to last. And therefore there is no prohibition to do so. Practically, this is how we rule like majority of poskim, and this is the minhag. There's no need to avoid using software programs or opening up a file, a PDF that contains Hashem's name written on it. However, lechatchila, it's best to avoid the machlekes, and therefore initially one shouldn't write Hashem's name in full, but you write it with a dash, even on a computer screen, or to make a stipulation now forever, that whenever you open up a file that has Hashem's name on it, the intent is explicitly so it doesn't contain Kedusha, and that you're doing with intent to erase. Even this stringency is only if Hashem's name is written in the original Hebrew Nachshon HaKodesh letters. However, English names, as we already have discussed in previous classes, do not contain Kedusha and may be erased, and therefore you can write God's name, G-O-D, in full on a computer screen without a problem. Printing it is another story, but if it stays on the screen alone, it is not an issue.
Thank you for listening to ShulchanAruch.com. Our free services of making Torah knowledge available to the public depends on donors like you. Please help us continue our work through making even a small contribution at ShulchanAruch.com under the Daily Halacha Dedication section or in the subscription page. Also, check out our online courses and many sefarim available for purchase that will both enhance your Torah knowledge and help support our work.